Daniel Bryan's Smackdown career is over, and Roman Reigns has a new theme song.
What up, Hawks?
Friday Night Smackdown, you already know our review. Let's jump into our Friday Night Smackdown reviews. Friday Night Smackdown started off Bianca Belair in the ring as the SmackDown Women's Champion. Now, she hasn't really done anything since winning that title. Now she's starting to feud with Bayley. So she's kicking off SmackDown, says, welcome everybody to SmackDown. She's going to introduce the Street Profits, but the Dirty Dogs come out. Then the Street Profits come out. Then Bayley comes out. And then a brawl ensues. And then we get this 6-person tag match that really wasn't that great. First off, the whole intro was campy and kind of corny, where her just smiling the time. I just don't. They shouldn't go down this road with her where she's just so happy the entire time. If it's her personality, fine, but don't kind of push it and push it and push it and push it and push it. And I hate these welcome to SmackDown type of babyface promos, welcome to Monday Night Raw type of babyface promos. Not a huge fan of that itself. Street Profits get the win here. They're obviously going to win those titles back, or maybe another tag team, but I don't see the Dirty Dogs holding on to it too long. Bayley versus Bianca Belair seems to be the the WrestleMania Backlash match.
I mean, it's the most logical next step for her is to go in a match against Bayley. I mean, to start off her run as champion with a big feud, and hopefully they book it correctly. Yeah, she's a super baby face, just like the old '80s perfect. It is what it is. We'll see how her character develops as champion and going forward, and finally getting the meat and potatoes of her run.
Yep.
But yeah, I think Bayley is the most natural fit. She's the heel. She's also a babyface. It just makes sense that it's the only way they can go, really. So looking forward to see what her run's like. She had a great match at Mania, had a great moment. Probably stole the weekend at Mania with her main event with Sasha and how it ended and the emotions. So let's hopefully they get the momentum going and keep it rolling. So yeah. They had no other way. This is the only card they can play. It was her versus Bayley. That's all they had right now.
Yeah, they wanted to keep Sasha Banks away for a little bit. They're going to bring her back, obviously, but Bayley was the first person to get the title shot, so it makes sense. It makes total sense. Throughout the entire show was the thread of people on their phones, giving their predictions for the big Roman Reigns Daniel Bryan match at the main event. Who was going to win that? So you had that spread throughout the whole thing. Mm-hmm. You had Dominic and Rey Mysterio talking about they want to win the tag team titles. It seems like a foregone conclusion that will happen. Who knows when, though, because it's a big moment to have that go down. Then
SummerSlam.
Yeah, exactly, SummerSlam. So we get a non-title match. Natalya, Tamina versus Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, because it's the same roundabout tag teams over and over again. The merry-go-round of tag teams that face Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax, and this team gets to win. Tamina and Natalya. It wasn't a good match by any means, but it's the way this is going. It's been going. So Jax and Baszler lose, and they continue to lose. They've been on a bit of a streak of losing. So it seems like this team doesn't seem like the team to dethrone them. Just don't really know who it's gonna be, but they're beating them.
Honestly, they should have won the match at Mania.
Yeah.
That's what we brought up. Just it would have been like the underdog story. Just give it to two girls that have been there for a while, the two vets, and just give them their moment. It would have made more sense because let's face it, them as tag team champions aren't doing anything. They're kind of annoying. It's just every time they're on the screen in every freaking show, it's just what are they gonna do now? No one cares. So it just. I don't know. You gotta take them off. To take the titles off of them, or just change something up. It's not working. Nobody cares. Can't get behind it.
WrestleMania Backlash needs to be the day these titles are switched and hopefully revamp the entire thing. But next thing on the show is Aleistar Black cutting another cryptic promo talking about high school, and I think he does a good job of delivering it. The material itself may be kind of weird, and you don't really know where it's going, but the way he delivers it is well done. I think so, anyways.
I could help you. I could give you the keys to escape. But I won't.
I think so anyways. I think the way he delivers it is well done. So we had that. We'll see how those vignettes go forward. But I like vignettes, right? I like them. They're cool.
Just
keep them going. Do 4 or 5 of them, and then they got the debuts. Fine, whatever. Then we get the Intercontinental Championship rematch from WrestleMania, Apollo versus Big E. So the match goes on, and it's a solid match because these guys do work well together.
Yes, they do.
But Commander Aziz gets involved. As soon as he hits the big ending on Apollo Crews, he goes to the pin. Aziz pulls him out, hits him, DQ finish. Here comes Kevin Owens, and he starts beating down Aziz. Then they all start brawling, and it's Aziz and Kevin Owens. It's Big E and Kevin Owens beating up Aziz, and then here comes Sami Zayn with a haluva kick to Kevin Owens, and then it seems like they were going down the road of a tag team match of Apollo and Sammy versus, you know, Big E and Kevin Owens, but then Sami Zayn picks up the Intercontinental title, is really looking at it like, oh my god, he's gonna steal it, and then he gives it to them, gets beat down by Aziz. So are they gonna go with a fatal 4-way for WrestleMania Backlash? I think so.
I think so too, and I'm excited for it. I think it'd be a great match. It'd be fun. Add to it, because you know, we know it's all Backlash rematches of WrestleMania. We like, that's in the name, obviously, but it would be nice to throw some like fun, interesting match that's not going to just be the same boring match from that we saw a month ago. So I like this. I like it being involved. I like all the guys involved. I like everything about it. I'm all for it. Let's do it. And yeah, I don't think Apollo should lose it, but I think it will make him look so good if he comes out still with a title after beating those three guys. So, you know, I think it's a good move.
It is a good move, and I think just do the fatal 4-way, have him go there, and then whether you're gonna go back to Big E being champion or you go away from the feud and give him somebody else a shot to take on Apollo, it's interesting to see. But I think the fatal 4-way is where they're headed for WrestleMania Backlash. Next thing to show was the big hyped Daniel Bryan, Roman Reigns. Daniel Bryan loses, his SmackDown career is over. So leaving the door open.
Smackdown.
Yeah, leaving the door open for a superstar shakeup of an NXT run or a Raw run. So I could see that. And obviously Reigns has got to set on the line. So big stakes, right? It's a big hype match. Reigns does not compete much on SmackDown, which is the smartest thing WWE has done in a long time, is having that be special, right? So now every time Reigns has a match, it feels super special.
He's an attraction, I like to say, attraction.
And the whole show revolves around his match, which again is the smartest thing WWE has done in a long time. So now, interesting, Roman Reigns, new theme music. He's not donning the Shield music he's donned for ever since the Shield broke up. So he's got a new song that sounds very, how do I say, it has a real like grandiose feel to it. It's a real like, it feels like a Roman,
it's a little Seth Rollins-y, a little bit. I
mean, I guess
a little Bailey too, because those are so similar too. The whole like grandiose.
Well, you're thinking Seth Rollins when before, now Seth Rollins back to the kind of burning down type of thing.
The Messiah.
So that grandiose, like big spectacle, but it fits Roman perfectly, I think. Now it's not as catchy as the Shield stuff that you can kind of just hum it to yourself, but with the camera work WWE does, I think it fits very well with the character. It's very, like I said, grandiose. It feels like a Roman Empire-ish type of thing.
Even his walk, like as he's walking in, it fits good. Paul's doing the same walk too, so it did flow well. It worked. It definitely works, and you know, well, as we hear it more, we might be a little more catchy, and you know, like the theme songs aren't as good as they used to be back in the day. Like you could just hum 1,000 theme songs from like back in the day, and they're just all classics. Now it's just the same kind of repetitive rock beat, and like this was different. So we'll see how it goes. But
it has more of like an epic movie feel to it, like kind of thing, like an epic final battle. That's what it feels like. So it fits him perfectly because he doesn't wrestle as much as all the other guys, and he's more of an attraction type thing. So it fits completely perfectly. You get used to it once you can hear the whole thing out. Maybe you'll start humming it. It'll become more catchy. But I think it fits him well. Now the match itself, it's another tremendous match. I mean, when was the last time Roman Reigns had a bad match? I don't know. I mean, everybody hated him before, but he was still having good matches back then. Now, everybody loves him, and they still have good matches now. So, you know what I'm saying? So, the combo between Reigns and Bryan is a very good one because it's believable the way they work it. It's well done. It's back and forth, and it's a believable back and forth. He gets Reigns in some spots where you're kind of thinking, like, damn, is he going to lose this? Which is well done, right? It's well done. The only spot, if I was to nitpick, is the spot where he puts his foot on the rope. I felt like the referee telegraphed it, so he knew that it was going to happen. And
that's the referee's fault.
That's the referee's fault. So when he goes down for 3, he's already looking up to try to see the foot, and like as soon as he's going down, he's looking, and the foot's already starting to move, and he's stopping, kind of already about to start pointing at the foot. So little nitpick thing there, but that was pretty much the only thing that was bad about the match. In the end, the arm is being worked, the tattooed arm, so that'd be the right arm of Roman's being worked by Daniel Bryan the whole time. So he's got an injury. When he goes for the guillotine, he swaps to the left. So it's a nice little thing there. He got that thing in tight too as well. Did like how he got it right underneath the chain and like right here, very good spot. Passes out. Daniel Bryan does not tap. And
deep with the left hand. Bryan is fading. Daniel Bryan is fading. Daniel Bryan may be out. He is.
And then you have Roman Reigns go get 2 chairs, go for the concerto on Daniel Bryan. Here comes Cesaro, who got cucked last week.
Superman
Comes in, throwing uppercuts like a madman. Now he will take on Seth Rollins next week because Seth Rollins challenges him. So he comes out. Then my boy main event Jey Uso, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal winner, which means a whole ton nowadays. He beats up, Cesaro, ties him up in the ropes and watches him as Reigns hits the concerto, and then Reigns just talks a ton of trash towards him. And
reminiscent of Wrestlemania.
Love it.
Really, really good stuff. I think that was really, really good stuff. Now, Cesaro, does he seem like he really belongs? No, because of last week, Daniel Bryan was the guy talking for him, his hype man. Now, the subsequent promos that go on from here between Cesaro, Rollins, and Reigns, super important. Yep. Good.
100%. Yeah, just the fact that the ending was great. The match was great. I thought it was great. I thought just the last half hour of SmackDown was awesome. I love the way it ended. We'll see what this Daniel Bryan thing. What will it involve? Will it he just gone forever? Is he, because there was talks about him, being kind of done with wrestling, being done with WWE, or maybe he'll try Japan. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Maybe he'll just be an agent or a writer or a head, whatever, bigger and better things for him in the company. We'll see what happens. But definitely makes Roman look more like a badass, more dominant. They had a great match, great SmackDown. And so is Cesaro in the same thing? No, he got cucked last week, so we'll see what happens. But like you said, the next promos and building Cesaro to be a real force that we've always wanted. It's here, but he has to take it. They're giving him the shot, so he has to go kill it. He has to go take it. He has the number 1 guy in the company, maybe in all of wrestling. Looking at you, Kenny Omega. But yeah, I just I'm excited to see this Cesaro feud going with Roman and Seth and that whole little clique going on there. SmackDown's really, it wasn't the best SmackDown, but this last half hour SmackDown just elevated for me, and I'm excited with everything Roman does, and Cesaro being thrown in there, a fan favorite for a lot of the marks out there. He's getting a shot. Now it's time for him to take it.
Yeah, it's time for him to take it. He'll take on Seth Rollins next week. It'll be interesting to see if he's taking on Roman Reigns at WrestleMania Backlash. Again, the promos mean a ton. It's a redemption a little bit from what happened. I thought last week was one of the most disastrous things I've seen in a long time when it comes to building a guy, right? So disastrous, but the way he come off fire heavy, especially after the big match and everything like that. Okay, it worked, but now the work needs to get done after this to get Cesaro to that point where he's actually a believable guy to take on Roman Reigns. But that's the video we have for you guys. That's a review from Friday Night SmackDown. It's pretty much a one-match show. That's all it was. But one hell of a match. Roman Reigns, the most important man right now in professional wrestling. He feels like the most important man anyways in professional wrestling. So that's a review. Make sure you tune in this weekend. I got some special stuff I'm dropping this week, some special videos. Stay tuned for those. Make sure you check out the news and rumors that dropped today earlier at 7:30 p.m. And if it doesn't work, bro, then do the job.
Red Marks.